Hey guys, it's Kelly. I'm going to do a quick voiceover for this mixed media tag I did. Okay, so I wanted to use all my distress inks for this tag, and I know I wanted to use Designs by Rin, that striped reeds stamp set that I want on our Facebook page. So Rin, if you're watching, thank you, sweetie. I love it. So I am using peacock feathers. I am in love with peacock feathers, the color of distress ink. And I first started out thinking I was going to do an outdoor scene, so I'm putting down some blue, thinking maybe a blue sky, and I thought, well, I might want to do water. I wasn't sure, so I kind of kept it as neutral for both as I could. So that is a rusty hinge at the bottom, and then some more peacock feathers, and I just want to do a few shades of blue. So I think I got some broken china and some faded jeans in there, just to get the right blue. And the bottom I just wanted a little bit of a brown base, not too overpowering, just a little bit. Oh, that's tumbled glass actually, so not broken china. So I used peacock feathers, tumbled glass, and faded jeans. They're all kind of like different shades of blue, and I wanted them to blend together really subtly, and that's what distress ink does for us. But I always just kind of slow myself down with the distress ink because it's water soluble, and I always want to get things wet, darn it, when I'm creating. So, but it worked out. It was fine. So I squirt some water down there, just kind of get the colors to blend together just a little bit, and it always tends to make them a little bit more vibrant. I love that about them. And dried it up real good. I tried to speed up some stuff, and I missed a lot that I'll try to explain at the end while the pictures are showing. But so there's my very simple background. I still mess with it for a little bit and add some more colors. That is peeled paint, and that is my awesome stamp. I absolutely love those stamps. You can use them in so many different ways, and I chose to use them, the two big ones together. It's a three set stamp set, and you can use those two and line them up kind of together, or you can leave them apart. But I practiced with them before I put it on my tag. I wanted to line them up and still leave like a little bit of a stem in the middle, so I can add some brown and kind of get it all together, and it worked out nicely. So, and then that's the smaller one that I'm stamping right there, sort of at the bottom. I wasn't sure how I was going to do it, but it wound up working out in the end. So, and I'm still using the peeled paint, distress ink. And then I start with the peeled paint, coloring in that kind of the little stem I created there. And then I wound up I think I wound up using Vintage Photo for the stem part of it, because it wasn't quite dark enough. And this is a lot of coloring with my water brush. So I used Vintage Photo, and then I used some crushed olive as well. So I got two different shades of green. So I used, there's the Vintage Photo I'm using right now, but I did use crushed olive and peeled paint to color in my leaves. So I need a little more, so I want to stamping another one down. Boom! There it is. Love those stamps. Her stamps are great. They're really deep etched. And you guys know, some of you do, you know the difference between that, but there's the lighter green shade, the crushed olive. So I did that on the on the tips of the leaves, and then towards the stem I used the crushed olive. And I'm sorry, crushed olive is the lighter one. I used that on the outside, towards the outside of the leaves. And then as I got closer in, I used the peeled paint. So it's really easy, just color that in. But I mean, you do have to dry those inks in between them. They're still going to kind of bleed together a little bit, but if you get good under paper, you're fine. Under paper. You know what I mean. So anyway, I was just coloring away, so I kind of sped this up really quick. So, but I left a lot of it in there so you guys can see how to do that. Blend those colors in together. And there they go. It's pretty subtle, you can see. I mean, I should have gotten closer up so you guys could see it. But maybe we see it in the end in the pictures. I like it. It was a fun tag. I had such a good time with it. It was very relaxing for me. So, and I got the butterfly out because I'm still like, am I outside or am I underwater? Am I outside? Am I underwater? I didn't really have any fish stamps that I could find. And I can't draw one, Lord knows that. So I hadn't decided yet what I was going to do. So I did some shadow stamping in the background and then very lightly colored them in. So as I stamped it out on paper and then wanted it just really light in the background. I really like that effect. I like ghosting, and I'm not sure what you call that, stamping. It's not ghosting, but so at this point I decided to go underwater. So I just found a picture of a goldfish online and printed it and colored it with the orange distress ink. What's the color of that? Wild honey and spiced marmalade, and I think I used some red in there too. But I'm doing that. I'm embossing it with my clear embossing powder because I just printed it on plain copy paper, so it was real flimsy, and I knew I wanted to have some dimension. I wanted to lift it up a little bit on my tag, so I embossed it. So, and that helped make it not so flimsy. But the only thing is, I wanted it to be glossy. Once I decided that I was going to go underwater with an underwater theme, I wanted it to be glossy. Now that made it thick, but it didn't make it glossy. So there's the gloss, medium, and varnish. You have to be careful with this stuff because once you get your distress ink wet, it smears. So you can pull this up, but you got to do it quick. Now it is sped up, but I am going really fast with a very light coating first to seal it in, and being very quick with my brush. And once I get that first layer down and get it nice and dried, then I can add another layer of the gloss, medium, varnish from Liquitex, and that stuff really makes the colors explode. So, and those little glass balls down there, I was playing with them because I was thinking maybe I could do bubbles with them, but they're just too big. They're not the right scale. So now I got some blue little glass bubble looking things. I'll figure out something to do with them. But they're just adding more layers of that. And then that's what you missed. So I wound up using my own handwriting and just cut it out on some of the cardstock that I used to sup up the ink. I used a white pen, and it is over the varnish, and it stayed. So, and I just want to show you the stamp set that I used. So there it is. I hope you guys liked it. If you have any questions, let me know. And thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it.